What's up, guys? Daemonxel here, and today we're going to look at what could possibly be Lord Elrond's kit, as well as who could possibly be in his fellowship in that Rivendell team. Let's talk about it. Alright, now if you have done the Wondrous Abilities Tier 3 challenge, you know that that third wave is going to have Lord Elrond in it. It's also going to have two other characters in it, Arwen as well as Elladan. So let's look at their kit from this adventure. Now, don't shoot me, don't shoot the messenger. I don't know if these kits that these characters have currently in that challenge is what's going to transcribe in-game when they become playable characters, when we unlock Elrond. I don't know, but let's see what we're working with, what the computer's working with against us. So let's go right down the list here. His first basic is the Ageless Wisdom. Now, what that's going to do is going to attack the target for 110% damage, as well as it's going to grant regeneration for 2 turns to the most wounded squad member. Now, obviously, these are worked up. These are not going to be how it's going to be as soon as you unlock the character. You are going to have to pump up these abilities to get all of this. But yeah, it's a pretty solid basic if you think about it. It's going to be a regeneration for 2 turns on your most wounded, so a lot of healing going to be coming in that way. His special is Viliana's Light, and that's going to heal all squad members for 1,000 health and 15% of his max health. Now, obviously, I am horrible at math here, and they don't have the specific amount here. It says, you know, it's going to grant the stamina to the elf ally. It's going to be percentage. So, without the math portion of this, he's basically going to grant stamina to an elf ally as well as another random ally. And right here, this is the one that's getting everyone excited, myself included. It's going to revive a dead ally with 30% of their max health. Now, if that ally is an elf, it's going to revive them with 50% of their max health instead. That does seem very powerful. It's going to change the meta completely in Arena. And then moving right to his ultimate, which is the Wrath of Rivendell. And if you have done this adventure, or you fought him in the campaign, or with him in the campaign, you know the animation, the glowing eyes, the tidal wave that floods over your team or the enemy team, depending on which side he's on. Well, what that AoE does is it's going to attack every enemy, or all enemies, for 160% damage, and it's going to dispel 1 boon from all enemies. Also, if they are shadow target, they are going to receive 180 damage percent-wise instead of 160%. Now, as you have seen in the campaign when he teams up with you, it is a 7 energy or 7 turn ability. You have to wait 7 turns for it to come back up. I don't know, again, if that's going to be how it is when he releases, or if they're going to retool it. We don't even know if these abilities are what's going to be in the game, but we won't, we'll have to rock with this until they give us that information. Now, his passive is the Lord of Rivendell, and on turn, it's going to heal the most wounded squad member for 5% of his max health, and it's going to grant a chance to grant stacks of counterattack. And if the ally was Aloran, or Elladan, or Arwen, it's going to heal them, because those are his children, for a percent of this character's health, also granting them protection for 1 turn. Now, also, it says in here that the first time that this character drops below 40% health, he's going to gain a stack of Unbreakable for each of the following allies still alive: Arwen, Elladan, and Aroher. I know I'm probably butchering that name, so do bear with me. And if you're not familiar what Unbreakable is, it means that the affected character will be left with a max health of 1 if they are dealt with a killing blow. So yes, if they use this kit, it is a very strong kit, up to par with what a legendary character should be. But let's move right over to some of those other characters who could possibly be in this Rivendell team. Let's move over to Arwen, his daughter, and her basic is Guarded Slash, and it's going to be 110% damage and grant 1 stack of defensive to the most wounded squad member. Her special is the Deadly Duet, where it's going to attack the target for 155% damage, and if Strider is an ally, instead attack together 5 times for 41% damage per hit. Now this attack also ignores 100% of the target's armor and grant Deadly for 1 turn to the ally with the highest damage. So yeah, that's going to hurt a lot. So does that mean Strider is going to be part of this team, or could he just be a character that you can plug and play into it? So let's move right over to the ultimate, which is the Evening Star, and that's going to allow you to flip 2 Banes into boons for the 3 squad members with the most Banes on them. It's also going to grant 1 stack of regeneration for 1 turn to all squad members below 50% health, and grant immunity for 1 turn to all elf squad members, so they won't be able to get any more Banes thrown upon them. So yeah, pretty strong kit there. Let's see what her passive is. And that passive is the Light of Rivendell, where on spawn, you're going to gain 3 stacks of charge, and if Elrond is an ally, you're going to gain 4 stacks. If an ally drops below 50% health, lose 1 stack of charge to grant that ally 1 stack of Nimble. That's that evade. And you're also going to gain 10% evasion if Strider is an ally. Instead, you're going to gain 15%. So yes, it looks like Strider is going to be a important part if you're going to use this, definitely for arena purposes. So let's move on to that 3rd character that we see here, his other son, Elladan, which is a tank. Now his basic is the Baleful Spear, and it's going to attack the target for 130% damage, and it has a 75% chance to inflict Weaken for 1 turn. The special is Ancient Skill, and it's going to attack the target for 200% damage and gain 1 stack of defensive, and if Aroher is an ally, instead you're going to attack that target 2 times for 115% damage per hit, and you're also going to call Aroher over to assist. So it's kind of like the pairing of Ugluk and Malheur, how they double team on attacks in both their kits. When we're going to pull up his kit, we're going to see that same thing. And the ultimate is the Pride of Amaldris. Sorry if I got that one wrong too, but... And what this is going to do, it's going to gain 3 stacks of Provoke and 1 stack of Nimble. You're going to gain 1 stack of Regeneration for 1 turn as well. It's also going to grant stacks of Regeneration to ally Aroher for X amount of turns. So, like I said, it has decimal points in here, it has everything. We don't know the math, but overall it's going to grant Regeneration, and it's going to grant to himself as well as Aroher if they are an ally in that squad. And that's going to leave us with his passive, which is a great tank passive. The Shield of Rivendell, where it's going to gain 5% armor and 5% max health, and when an enemy attacks Aroher, a 50% chance to retaliate against that enemy. So, all in all, a very strong kit. So these 3 characters plus Strider is already making a very deadly team for Arena. And because he was mentioned in Elladan's kit, we are going to look at Aroher here. Sorry, I can't pronounce these names sometimes. But let's look at his kit. His basic is Hunter's Aim, and what that's going to do is it's going to attack the target for 100% damage and 5% additional damage per boon on himself. So with gaining all those regenerations, possibly the Nimbles, defensive, all these things, he's going to be dealing out quite a bit of damage. Now, when you level this up, he's going to get additional damage per boon. He's going to get overall additional damage. It's going to be a very, very strong basic. His special is it's going to attack the enemy target for 120% damage and inflict expose for 1 turn. So that's your defense down. And as you raise it up, you're going to get might, you're going to get more damage, and you're also going to get exposed duration when you bring it up all the way. The ultimate, looks like it's going to take 1 turn to launch that, is the Elven Vengeance. It's going to attack the target enemy 2 times for 85% damage per hit, and each hit ignores 20% of the enemy's armor. So, when you level this up, you're also going to gain stealth for a turn if you have a boon on you, and you're going to gain 10% damage as you level up each time per hit, all the way up, and then you're going to ignore additional 10% of the enemy's armor once you max it out, so 30% of the enemy's armor altogether. His passive is the Arrow of Rivendell. When an enemy attacks an ally with Taunt or Provoke, a 50% chance to retaliate against that enemy. So that's going to be that pairing between him and Elladan, the retaliate between both of them. And as you raise this, you're just going to get more crit damage, and you're always going to retaliate instead of that 50% chance when you max it out. So he looks like he's going to be an absolute beast when he is leveled up. And this team itself looks like it's going to destroy the arena meta as we know it right now. And I'm not sorry to see the meta currently go. I like these kits. I hope these are what we're going to have in the game. Obviously, you're going to be able to use other Elf instead of Strider, because Strider's abilities don't have anything towards those other the other Rivendell players. But the other Elf in the party is Leomund, which I'm probably butchered that as out. Loamion. Let's look at him real quick. Okay, so his basic, he's going to attack for 2 times, 50% damage per hit. It's just going to raise your damage per hit. He's going to gain might, 50% chance, and then always. His special is he's going to attack 5 times for 35% damage per hit. His attack has 5% crit chance per boon on himself. As you level it up, more damage per hit, more percentage crit chance per boon. Yeah. So going to the ultimate, you're always going to gain. You're going to attack the target for 130% damage, and you're always going to gain a stack of nimble, and you're just going to gain more and more damage as this goes up, and stamina as well. And the passive is when attacked, 25% chance to counterattack, and this chance is just going to keep rising. So, I mean, it could be a strong character. I don't know. I think I would like Strider better in this. Now, without Strider, you're not really having a lot of AoE attacks. Even with Strider, you're only going to have 2 AoEs between him and Elrond. So it looks like it's going to be focused single target, which I think works really well, because it looks like they're going to be dishing out a lot of damage, as well as being able to heal the entire group as well, and that revive is going to come in handy. So tell me what you guys think. You think this is going to be a strong team? Do you think, would you put Strider in instead of this guy here, Leomund? Do you think this kit is what's going to be transferred, what we're going to see as we unlock the Legendary? Sound off in the comments below. And also, if you like my comment, feel free to tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, so you know what we're doing here on the channel. And with that, have a great week, have a great weekend, and good luck with your fellowship.